Good day. I'm Angel May Belisario from BS Criminology 1B. So for today, I want to discuss about the forms of punishment under the fourth branch of criminal justice system, which is the correction pillar and the duration of penalties. So, in forms of punishment, we have imprisonment or incarceration, wherein the person is put in jail as a lawful punishment. Perhaps that is most common punishment in the world, and its main purpose is retribution. That is an act of correcting a person for his misconduct. Besides, this also serve other purpose like deterrence, incapacitation, and rehabilitation. Next one is probation. Is the most used instead of imprisonment. A person is sentenced to probation for misdemeanors, as well as a felony of a lesser degree. The person of probation is supposed to abide by probation conditions set by the court. So he is restricted from possessing weapons or moving out of the area of jurisdiction. And we have fine and restitution. Through both involvement, paying a particular sum of money, fine is supposed to be paid by the convict to the government. And while restitution is supposed to be paid by the convict as a compensation to the affected party. So this punishment is generally given when the judge is convinced that the convict is not a threat to the society. Next, we have civic duties. That is referred to the civil responsibility, refers to the duties that we have as a citizens, that we have living in society and receive a certain rights and protection. The last one is capital punishment. So capital punishment is also referred as the death penalty, the most severe form of punishment. A person may be sentenced to death for crimes like murder, homicide, and rape, and many more, depending on the provisions in the law of land. By the virtue of RA number 8177, otherwise known as the Act of Designating Death by Lethal Injections, repealed. And when RA 7659, otherwise known as the Death Penalty Law, and other laws, executive orders, and decrees, insofar as they impose the death penalty, are hereby repealed or amended accordingly. So, in duration of penalties, the first one is reclusion perpetua, an imprisonment of more than 20 years, maximum imprisonment of 30 years. The prisoner convict may apply for executive clemency or pardon unless he is disqualified by law. Example, they were sentenced to reclusion perpetua and ordered to pay 3 million pesos for murders. Second is reclusion temporal, the imprisonment of 12 years and 1 day to 20 years. Example is homicide. Under the revised penal code, the offender is sentenced to reclusion temporal. The third one is prison mayor. the imprisonment of 6 years and 1 day to 12 years. Example is, ex-Benguet mayor and municipal treasurer serve 18 years in prison for malversation of public funds. The next one is prison correctional, the imprisonment of 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. Arresto mayor, that is the imprisonment of 1 day and to 6 months. Arresto mayor is imprisonment of 1 day to 30 days. And also the bond to keep the peace of or fine, the amount of fine to be imposed is discretionary with the court. And that is all for today. Thank you for listening.